welcome again to this channel where we talk about Africa, and we share information for African sons and daughters really to be aware of what is happening in our continent. The reason why we do that is because we believe that Africa shall arise again, and we will take our place in the world, and we will be able to stand for ourselves, provide for ourselves good leadership and good governance in our countries that will allow sons and daughters of Africa to stop traveling and killing themselves in the ocean to reach the Western world. Here in Africa, there is a lot that is going on at the moment. While the sons of Africa and daughters of Africa are leaving Africa, we are having many that are coming from the West to come and buy themselves properties here and living the life of their dream. That's because they have the means to do that, I understand, but I just want you to know that where you are actually turning your back to Africa, there are many that are actually coming. So it's not, that doesn't mean people shouldn't go or travel overseas. Yes, by all means, go and explore the world, but remember this, that your motherland is calling for you, especially in light of what is happening at the moment. So please, if you are new to our channel, you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe and give us thumbs up and share this with other people so that we can exchange ideas, and that ideas, by your comment, we can actually bring in content that we know will help you. So just for me to, what I have in mind today to share with you is what is happening in the DRC, that is the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, I know that so many people are aware of what is happening, and also there's a lot of people that are not aware of what is happening in the DRC. I just wanted to bring it to your attention at the moment. The highlight, obviously, is basically of the conflict that is happening in the Democratic Republic of Congo that has been unfolding for the past 25 years, that has taken or cost the life of more than 10 million people. Yes, you heard me. Over 10 million people have already lost their lives in one of the most devastating way. The atrocities that have taken there, unbelievable. I don't want to be graphic here, but it's just terrible. I wouldn't show you the images because I don't think YouTube will allow that. But I tell you, one of the most devastating wars that have gone on since the Second World War is actually taking place in Africa, in the eastern part of the Congo. And this conflict is between the DRC and militia groups that have basically come from the neighboring country. One of them is Rwanda. Rwanda is one of the main countries really that has, if you like, orchestrated the whole thing. Rwanda is the main country that is obviously aggressing, if you like, the DRC. But you have Uganda as well, and there is another country for which I can't remember the name right now. But these two main countries, since for the past 20 years, they have basically gotten their foothold in the eastern part of the DRC, and what they have done is unbelievable. It's pure evil, because there is no reason to explain the massacre, the killing of children, women, and men, alike. The kind of it's turned out to be a, they are killing in a way that I like words to describe. Like I said, I wouldn't show you the images. Now, this has been going on for 25 years. So what is actually happening at the moment as we speak? We understand that Rwanda, through the militia group called M25, has occupied two regions within the eastern part of the Congo. Now, we know that we have the African coalitions that have come sending their military forces in order to basically to create a buffer zone between the DRC forces, that is the FARDC and the M25. The situation as it is at the moment is tension is rising. Obviously, we know it has been so in the last 6 months, I can say, since the new or the current president, Tshisekedi, who actually stood up against the Rwanda government, against Kagame and what he is trying to do in the DRC. I mean, these two, it seemed like they had a good relationship for the first year that he was in power, but obviously things turned sour. And just simply because the new president in the DRC said he would not allow Kagame to do what he wants to do in the DRC, and that is basically taking a chunk or a piece of the DRC and basically controlling that zone. And we know the reasons as to why they want to do it, or he wants to do it, is because that is a rich mineral, if you like, region. And they have done all that they have done in the past in order to secure that region will become theirs. But with the new president, he says not 1 centimeter or not 1 square foot will be given to any other nations, whatever whatever they call themselves or whatever they have. It's just not going to happen. And obviously, this has didn't go down well with the neighboring countries, especially Kagame, and so what we have seen so far is just basically a conflict rising and people losing their lives. Now, this situation, as I said, has been going on for 25 years. At the moment where we stand, there are elections that are about to take place in 3 to 4 months here in the DRC. But those two regions within the DRC will not be able to vote because simply there is no peace or security in that area. So they can't go into voting at the moment. They are saying that what will happen is when tensions will ease in that part of the DRC, then the people will get actually to vote the members of parliament. But it is a tragedy. It is a tragedy what is happening in DRC because we can see almost 1.5 million people have been displaced. They have no homes. They have no place to go to. The sanitary situation is terrible and people are dying of different diseases that is actually ravaging the tents and the places where they are staying. And like I said, the international community has turned a blind eye to what the situation is in DRC. You will hear it nowhere, simply because there are many vested interests in what is happening in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Many of the high-tech companies, they are actually fueling the conflict there because they can have cheap minerals, cheap cobalt, cheap raw materials that they need for the high-tech industry. So this is basically what we're seeing unfolding in the DRC at the moment. It is a terrible situation, and I wish that the world will talk about it. But like I said, the mass media, the media that is controlled by a few who actually have their vested interest wouldn't allow such a thing to happen. But can you imagine? We're talking over 10 million people have lost their lives. It is such a sad, sad history of the Democratic Republic of Congo. We know that the Belgians, yes, what happened during the colonial time, that left an imprint on the memory of a lot of people here. And right now, what has happened in the past 25, in recent history, this again is really damaging. It's really, really leaving a big scar of the next generation that will come of children, knowing what has befall their nation prior to them. It's not a good situation. What we do hope here will happen, what will happen if things go the way that they are going, is that those militia group M25 who are basically asking to be integrated to the national army, and that yet the president there said no, that will never happen. Those of you who have taken weapons, you have taken guns and machetes, you've killed people, you've butchered people, you can never integrate the army. That's not the way it's going. It's happened this way in the past, but he said this is not going to happen. So we are really seeing a genocide, if you like, taking place, in the DRC, in the Democratic Republic of Congo. So if you can actually help this country, nation, wherever you are, do help us. Do share this message. Let people know. Let people become aware of the situation. And the international community, as we say, is not going to talk about this because they have vested interest there. So just look out for the next video where I'll talk a little bit more in terms of what is unfolding in the DRC. Please like this video, share it, and give us thumbs up. And as I said, put the word out to others to join us and give us your comment. This will give us content for the next video. Take care. Bye bye for now.